someone is about to break. This could be a no contact situation that's happening, but someone is so frustrated. But there is an energy of them being relentless because they're frustrated. There is an energy of this person going to extremes because they're having to bottle up their emotions because they can't contact you. They can't communicate with you. And this is someone that wants to play games because they want you to cave. They want to feel like they can push you for you to contact them by them not reaching out to you with the King of Wands. This is someone that is ego. This is someone that is stubborn. This is someone that is impulsive. But this is someone that doesn't like to break or show people that they're breaking, because control to this person means absolutely everything. And the one thing this person doesn't have in this situation is control, because you're not reaching out to them. And they kind of feel like you're playing games with them because they feel this energy of such desperation. But they also feel helpless and hopeless. And this person hates that they're feeling this way, because this has been someone that has been ego their entire lives. But it has been someone that can't be this way when it comes to you. They can't be this way, and this person knows it. So they know that they're losing control. Every single day, you don't reach out to this person. This person is on Facebook checking that you've contacted them, checking that you've rang them, checking that you've texted them. Because the more time goes on, the more this person loses control of their identity, but also this ego energy where they have created boundaries up when it comes to getting what they want from people. But they cannot do that with you because they cannot be the unhealed version of themselves that they are with you, because this person has to let down their boundary. They have to let down their wall. They have to be somewhat vulnerable with you because this person cannot let you go. Now, even if you feel like they do, they ghost you, they abandon you, or you've gone through periods of separation with this person, they're still hanging on. There is always this energy where this person is hanging on. I am telling you, even if it doesn't feel like it, this person is. But this person with the Ten of Wands, they go to such extremes to try and get your attention. Like, I don't know if they've moved town or they've moved a major city, but there is an energy where they go to such extremes and such radical extremes to try and get your attention here, because they want to be noticed. They can't not be noticed by you. With the King of Wands, they need your attention. They're freaking out. This person needs your attention. They seriously need your attention, because the longer that they go without you contacting them, the more that they lose it here. This person needs you to reach out to them, but they know that you're not going to. And they're caving. They're slowly caving over time because they're slowly losing control of their mind and their thought, because the one thing they're hanging on to is their ego and their pride, but they're slowly losing that because they're more and more coming to the idea and the conclusion that they're losing you, and you threaten this person's ego. Your love is the only energy that threatens this person's ability to actually still have that ego and that pride, because they need your love more than they need the ego and more than they actually need the pride here. So you're threatening this person very slowly over time, and they're so annoyed that they're going to cave. They're so annoyed because they feel like they have to create a boundary up with you. But it really feels like this person is going to cave and they're going to end up reaching out to you. Maybe not in the best way, but they're still going to cave and end up reaching out to you here. There is a third party situation that's coming through with the Three of Pentacles, okay? Someone is using a third party situation because someone cannot cope on their own. There is an energy where someone cannot cope on their own here. Now, I feel like you've cracked it at this person, because I feel like you waited for so long for this person to be honest about the intentions they had with you. And now they've just moved on to a third party situation. So I feel like you've cracked it at this person, but you've also accepted the fact that you're moving on. And I feel like you have a relationship here with the Four of Wands. Now, the difference between the Three of Pentacles and the Four of Wands is that what they have is karmic and what they have is a rebound situation. This is something that's a distraction, and it's something that's used as a distraction, okay? But you're relationship, the commitment that you have with the Four of Wands, this is an energy of actually progression and movement for you. But what's happening is this person thinks that you're resorting to their level. This person thinks that you're doing the exact same thing as them. So what they're doing is they're trying to get your attention. They're going to all of this energy and all of this effort to show you how happy they are without you, but they're only doing that in a response because they think that you're doing the same thing as them, right? But what this person fails to see is that you're healed. You've moved forward. You're moved on. You're going into this energy in a completely different perspective to what they are. When you're attracting and manifesting relationships now, you're attracting and manifesting them not because you necessarily feel like you need them, but you're attracting and manifesting them because now you know your worth. So you're bringing in people here that are coming into your life because they're attracted to your energy, okay? And with the King of Pentacles coming through in the temperaments, this person's going to hate it. They're going to hate it because it hasn't hit this person yet that you're actually happy with someone else. They think you're not. They don't think you're happy with someone else. So they're not scared. They're not worried because they think that you're just doing it as a distraction the same way that they are. But what they're failing to see is that you were the right person for them, but they didn't step up. So therefore they weren't the right person for you. You were the right person for them because you had the ability to grow. You had the ability to change. You had the ability to work on this relationship, but they chose not to. So this person is going to realize they could have been the right person for you. And they should have been, but they chose not to be. And they're going to realize their actions actually contributed to the loss of the relationship in terms of growth here and movement and progression. It's going to hit this person that you're happy. I feel like the more they try and get back at you, the more they try and compete, the more they try and kind of respond to what they think you're doing, to what they assume that you're doing, the more this person's going to slowly start to realize and go, oh crap, they are happy. They actually are happy in this connection. They are really growing with this person. This person's going to shift their mindset. And when they do that, they're actually going to feel like an idiot. They're going to feel like an absolute idiot for resorting to all of this. They're going to feel this sense of embarrassment, but they're also going to feel this sense of like they wasted their time trying to get even with you. And this person's going to be so pissed off here. They're going to be really actually annoyed and upset with this energy. But what I see is I even see you blocking this person. I see you putting up boundaries to this person because I just feel this energy where they're going to go into hermit mode after they feel embarrassed and after they feel this sense of regret with how much they've been trying to get even with you over something they think that happened but didn't actually happen here at all. They can't really justify their actions. They can't justify the truth even. And that's why they push you away because they hate that you're so close and they can't have you. They feel that they have to go through with this energy of being emotionally withdrawn from you. So they're passive and they're mad because they do want you, but they don't want you. Because the more closer you are, the more that this person is reminded about how much they have to be withdrawn from you, even though they don't have to be, but they feel like they do. Now, it's a completely different story though when you move on. It's a completely different energy when you try to move forward. When you try to move on and you try to move forward, this person has so much doubt around lack of clarity. This person actually knows that without clarity from you, they're not going to be able to move on. They're not going to be able to move forward. And in a lot of ways, that's why they keep you at an odds length. They keep you at a distance. It's like they want you to go away, but they don't want you to go too far. So it's really confusing because they're letting you go, but they're only letting you go just out of reach because, again, the closer you are, the more this person feels like they have to create a boundary. But if you go too far, the more this person feels threatened that they're not going to be able to move on because they don't know if you love them. And they want to know if you love them. That's the thing. That's why they're doing all of this energy of feeling like they have to be withdrawn because they have no closure or clarity around the future between you and this person. And they don't actually know if you're supposed to be moving on here. So that's why this person's doing all of this energy. But they have tried with the world. Oh my God. The Emperor, This person has tried to replace you so many times, multiple times. Maybe not physically, but in their mind. And in their mind, they know it's not even worth trying to replace you because they know it's just not going to work here, okay? This is why they haven't completely let you go. This is this energy where you're probably wondering, well, this person's barely holding on to me. They're barely giving me anything, but they make such an effort when I try and move away and I try and move on. This is why this person's doing this, because they have tried to go there in their head. They've thought of every option possible, actually. They've kind of thought like, you know, what if I just replace this person, or I just move on to something else, or I just focus on this and this and this. But this person knows that's an ego and it's a pride thing, and eventually it's not going to last, because eventually all the emotions are going to come up and subside for this person anyway. So this person, they're not really going to get over the overthinking. They're not really going to get over the anxiety of not knowing the truth about how you feel. And that's what they want to know. That's what they need to know with this. But this person feels that they have to create a boundary for this sense of security and this sense of self and this sense of feeling safe, because they know they're not going to cope. Even though they're not coping, they know they're not going to cope at all if they know there's never the possibility of having a romantic relationship with you moving forward. Someone's mad at you that you're going no contact with them. Now, this is a person that needs constant reassurance and constant validation. But they are annoyed because they can physically feel that your boundary and your wall is now up so much higher than theirs. And they're annoyed because they don't know if they now have your responses and your reactions to them putting up boundaries towards you, because they love the chase here with this energy. Now, this could be a twin flame. This could be a soulmate, but this person is now annoyed because now they're actually having to contemplate with the commitment side of things what this person can actually give you, because there is now an energy where you've cut this person off. And because you've cut this person off, now they're thinking that they can't put up their boundaries, they can't put up their walls, because it's not going to matter, because they don't have your attention. Now, there is an ego side to this person where they are pretending like they are perfectly fine and perfectly okay without having your attention. But this is not true, because this person not only wants your attention, but they need your attention. But you've never known this, because this person's never told it to you in a healthy, mature manner that they crave your attention, because your attention has always been used as a reaction or a response to this person putting up boundaries and walls, because they want the chase here, because they're intimidated by your love. If anything, this person feels like you're too good for them. This person feels like your love is too good. This person feels like you're too pure, too real for them, too genuine for them. But they're not going to spin it in that way. They're going to spin it in a way where they try and take away your self of sense, your sense of self, your sense of confidence, your sense of beauty, so that this person can kind of feel like they're matched more at your level. So this person withdraws their energy from you emotionally as a manipulation tactic, because they're so scared they don't have the clarity and the truth when it comes to you. And you've never given it to this person, because you've never actually resorted to this person needing validation with giving them responses and reactions. And that's why there's still this energy where this person still creates this chase and this distance, but now they're freaking out. Because now you've actually cut them off for real this time. You're not talking, you're not communicating. You've fully cut this person off, and they can feel it. But they can also feel that they're feeling so much threatened. Like they're feeling so much more threatened now, because they know that you're not going to give them a reaction and a response at all, period, to them putting up a boundary and a wall here. And this person can physically feel that your boundary and your wall is like so much stronger than theirs anyway, and they're really freaking out about this. This person doesn't know what to do. They're trying to abandon and ghost you, but this person knows that it doesn't matter, because they know that you're not going to notice and you're not going to care. So they're trying to abandon and ghost themselves now with the kind of like a denial tactic, so they can kind of convince themselves that you are noticing, even though you're not with this energy.